and welcome. So given that you have 16, negative 12, and negative 4, 6 being the endpoints of a certain diameter in a circle, write the equation. Yes, I blacked out the earlier ones. They were a weak example. We don't do weak examples here. So let's get going. First off, we've got to know the general equation of a circle. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals your radius squared. So looking at this gem, we've got to know three things. Got to know your h, your k, and your r. Well, if you know the center of your circle, that's h comma k. So if we can find the center of our circle, we know 2 out of the 3 things that we need to know. And we can just find the third, the radius. Not too hard for this one. Alrighty, so let's dive right into it. Let's talk about a diameter and a couple of relationships. First off, if you have any circle. Oh, wow, that's not a circle, clearly. Okay, any circle. And inside that circle, you have a diameter. That means that for the center of a circle, there is a line that goes from one side of the circle to the other, passing through that center. And there's a cool relationship that if you have the two endpoints of a diameter, then that means that the average, or essentially the middle of your two x's, right, is going to be the center. Likewise, you can do the same thing for the y's, right? If you take the middle of these two y's, you'll find the center. And that's exactly what we're going to do to find our h and k here. Where we know that if we take the middle of our 2 points, so we have 16 and negative 4, right? If we add those together and take half of it, that should be where our h is. Okay, likewise, if we take our two y values, right, negative 12 and 6, so we have negative 12 and 6, add them together and half that. Find the middle. Then that should be the center of our circle, right? So on this one, 16 plus a negative 4, that's the same thing as 16 minus 4. That's 12, and half of 12, 6. That means that the h value, the direct middle between 16 and negative 4, is positive 6. Okay, likewise for k, negative 12 plus 6, that's negative 6. Half of negative 6, negative 3. That means the middle between negative 12 and 6 is negative 3. And it is, right? So if we go 9, add 9, and subtract 9, we'll end up at negative 3 both ways. Alrighty, so now we know our h and k, and that's most of the hard work for this, right? That means that we know our equation is mystically already at x minus our h, which is 6 squared, plus y minus our k, negative 3 squared equals our radius squared. And we can simplify that a little bit more. Guys, what is subtracting a negative? What's that the same as? Addition. Okay, so then you have x minus 6 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals r squared. Now the only thing we got to find is our r. That's the only thing we're missing, our radius. How can we find it? Well, all we need to do is we have 3 variables, right? We have x, we have y, we have r. So that means if we can find out what 2 out of our 3 variables are, we can find the last one just by solving. Well, we know what x and y are. In fact, we know it twice. We know that we have a solution that when x is 16, y is negative 12. We have another one that when x is negative 4, y is 6. Bam! Right? Plug it in. So I'm going to use the negative 4, 6. Could you use the other one? Heck yeah. Choose whichever point you want. But I'm going to just use negative 4, 6 because why the heck not, right? That's your x comma y. So that means x is negative 4 and your y, 6. Equals r squared. And then from there, all you're doing is that you notice that r is the only variable left. Solve for it, right? Simplify your numbers on the left. So we have negative 4 minus 6, that's negative 10. 6 plus 3, that's 9. And then we have equals r squared. So negative 10 squared is 100. 9 squared, 81, equals r squared. Which means r squared equals 181. Now, do we have to simplify this? No, because think about it this way. The only thing you need in your equation is you need to know r squared. You're not asking what the radius is. We really need to know what the radius squared is. So we don't have to do anything further to this. That means your final answer is going to be x minus 6 squared plus our y plus 3 squared equals 181. Because all we're doing is we're just plugging that r squared into our original equation, and that's it. Just that quick substitution. Alrighty, thanks for watching.